Okay, so these are some of the things that you need to watch for in order to not get scammed when it comes to silver and gold. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Empire Precious Metals. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you blast that subscribe button, get the bell notification clicked. That way you get updated with any new content. Recently, I received a phone call from a silver and gold online dealer who essentially was pitching me some silver and gold products for astronomically high prices. Luckily, I know a little bit about silver and gold. And, for me, these types of calls are always a little bit fun. If I can remember, I'm going to try to put the link for that video up there somewhere for you to click and watch. But, what's fun about those calls is that they don't know that I know about silver and gold. And so they're essentially pitching me as if I know very little to nothing about silver and gold. And you can tell that they are essentially targeting people who do not know any better, possibly are elderly, but they are pitching these products that are just, very, very, I would say, lackluster. Things that you can easily purchase for far cheaper. And so anyway, what got me thinking about that call was that it was essentially borderline fraudulent and very scammy. Very predatory. And so I came across this website, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and they have some things on here, things to look for in case you receive any of these types of sales pitches. Now, also, you're going to have to forgive me. It is a little bit early, and I'm still drinking my coffee, so I'm going to take a sip here. Salivate metal style here. Yes, all right. All right, that was for salivate metal there. So, anyhow, let's just go through some of these bullet points, and I'm going to tell you if some of these things were used by that person that pitched me. And in fact, as I was skimming this is my second take of doing this video. I was screwing up with all of my words and everything. But they definitely used some of these tactics. All right, so signs of possible fraudulent sales pitches. They lead you to believe that you can profit from current news already known to the public. So this was something that was used by the salesperson. They were talking about inflation, interest rates. I believe they spoke about the Russian-Ukrainian war. I can't recall off the top of my head. But, this would be something that one of these predatory types of salesmen would use, using stuff like that to kind of instill a little bit of fear, urgency for you to kind of jump on buying silver and gold. Here's an example. Since that mine disaster, you're certain to earn big returns on your deposit. All right. Made by people who call themselves metal dealers or merchants. So this person was a salesman from an online dealer. Advertised on radio, television, and online. They advertise online, that much I know. Every once in a while, I will hear something on Sirius XM radio. Some of you, if you have Sirius XM radio, you might actually still hear some of these pitches. I actually did see an ad recently for television. So, I might have to try to give those guys a call just to kind of mess with them a little bit. Contact you asking for personal information. So they did have my personal info already because I had purchased something from them. One of their loss leader sales items. Essentially, these companies will sell like a 1 ounce gold piece at spot as a way to entice you to get you in there. And then what they do is they keep your information on file and will contact you periodically. For me, it's great because it's just content. Sometimes they call me and I'm not set up on my computer or anything like that. I'm like, I'm right in the middle of doing something with my kids. Let me give you a call right back. And then I call them. And that's exactly what I did this last time. Calls received from a broker or salesman from the company to promote the precious metals purchase. That's exactly what happened. So we're looking at like 3 out of 5 things here. Okay, so they're not doing so well. I might have to contemplate on using their company name. Again, they're not scammers in the way of, selling you something and then you're never going to receive your items. It's just that they really, really use these types of scammy, predatory tactics to push their products. Okay, so let's see these persuasion tactics. Dangling the prospect of wealth and enticing you with something that you want, but you can't have. They absolutely did this. They were pitching me a 1986 Gold Eagle, and they were saying that had you have purchased this item back in 1986, this is how much it cost. This is how much it would be worth now. You can't get. This is one of the things that I actually got them on. They're like, you can't get fractional gold right now. It's too difficult to get fractional gold. That's why the prices are so high. And I pulled up, a website, and I was like, here's like 8 different online dealers that have nothing but 10th ounce gold eagles. And then I messed with them too. And I said, even Empire Precious Metals has them. I'm like, have you ever heard of them? And the guy's like, oh yeah, they're a good company. Guys, never heard of me. Trying to build credibility by claiming to be with a reputable firm or to have a special credential experience. So they say that they are from XYZ company, been in the business for X amount of years, etc. Leading you to believe that other savvy investors have already invested. They kind of talk about this a little bit. They say, I some of my clients have already bought a lot of this stuff. I only have 8 of these left. That's why I'm calling you, blah, blah, blah. Offering to do a small favor for you in return for a big favor. I'll give you a break on my commission. If you buy now, half off. I'm trying to remember if the guy did that. Nothing about their commission. But I think that they did say, listen, the price is normally $1,000 or $500, and I could drop it to $400 or something. Creating a false sense of urgency by claiming limited supply. Yep, they did this. I feel like I have to call them and maybe make a part 2 and essentially ask to speak to a manager and do that. Like, tell them, like, hey, look at this right here. You guys are doing this stuff here. I might have to do that. Frequent sales arrangement that may indicate problems. Claiming you can make a lot of money with little risk by purchasing through a financial agreement. No, they didn't do that. Structured so only you pay a small percentage of the total price. No. Full price paid by loan. No. Claims that the company will store the precious metals for you in a storage facility or bank. No, they don't. I think they were trying to pitch. Were they trying to pitch IRA stuff? They may have. I don't remember. Frequent problems. Often do not use your money to purchase metals at any time. Do not actually arrange for loan financing with an independent financial. Okay, do not store metal within. So this is telling you things to not do. Often use your funds to pay themselves commission, leaving little for you. Okay, that doesn't really apply to this. Precious metals sales warning signs. Okay, let's talk about this one. They state that the precious metals transaction are not regulated. No. Agreement that does not identify the financial institution or bank that will be loaning you. We don't deal with this. This also is kind of talking about more, not so much precious metals like the physical. This is more of like the investment stuff like stocks and things like that. No. Difficulty in verifying a company. No. Salesperson that cannot provide a way to prove their licensure. Okay, so this is a little bit different. Missing documentation seems necessary now. Okay, before investing in precious metals, contact these people. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, right? I mean, I want to say it just use common sense. Don't be a moron when it comes to these types of calls. But you know what? Again, these guys, they do target people that might not necessarily be the most savvy, and essentially they get the calls from people buying from like catalogs and stuff like that. And so you really want to do your research, obviously, first and foremost. Take another sip. But, when you get these types of calls, take their information, tell them that you'll ask them. It's very simple. Just ask them, thank you so much for calling. What's your phone number? What's your name? What is it that you're trying to sell me? Let me do a little bit of research and then call you back. They will do anything anything possible to keep you from hanging up the phone, because they know once you hang up that phone, they're not going to get a call back from you. They know that you're going to go on eBay or look online for the items and find it far cheaper. So they're going to try to interrupt you and try to prevent you from hanging up and things like that. But if you want to take their information down and things like that, obviously just tell them that you're going to get back to them. You're going to do a little bit of your research. If they're 100% legit, they're not going to have any issue with you doing that. They'll say, yeah, absolutely. You know what? I'm presenting you such a great opportunity. I stand behind the product. I stand behind the company. I'm not worried about it. Go ahead. Go search this product anywhere online, and I know I will be hearing back from you. That's what I do on my live sales. I actually, just to prove a point, a lot of my buyers, they trust me and they know that they are actually getting, believe it or not, they're getting good deals with me now. It's not so much that I overpaid. That's kind of like a joke now. But I will actually have comps on the camera, and I will pull up comps and show them. Guys, here's what the comps are. I am matching the lowest price, or I am actually lower than any of these guys buy from me, and the stuff sells. They know what they're getting when it comes to buying from me. So anyway, do your due diligence. Have you gotten any of these types of scammy calls? Let me know in the comments down below. And if so, what companies? Because maybe some of the companies that you were contacted by, I may have never heard of, and I might want to give them a call and mess with them a little bit. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below.